Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Day 5 of the 15th IAAF World Track and Field Championships in the books. And up first for the Bahamas was the qualifying round of the men's triple jump. Two Bahamians looking to make it through to the final of the men's triple jump. Latario Coley-Mins would jump out of Group A, while Levan Superman Sands was in Group B. Superman trying to get the crowd into it. There he goes. He popped 16.73 meters or 54 feet 10 3/4 inches on his final attempt, and that would be good enough for the 12th and final spot in the final.
My first championship back, and I did it, It feels good, This is what I work hard for. So many people thought it couldn't happen, and it feels great. I'm thankful, man. I thank God for everything He's done for me. I dream about this day of me jumping again, from the injury, and to see it, come true is like, just so happy.
As for Latario, he had a best jump of 16.21 meters or 53 feet 2 1/4 inches, and he did not advance. The men's triple jump final will take place 7:10 tomorrow morning local time here at home, and Levan will be the 6th jumper.
The hardest part of getting there is the qualifying round. And, once you get in the final, anything happens. So I just going to go out there and get the crowd into it and do what I do best. My goal is to go 17:20 plus.
The only other Bahamian in competition today, Shaniqua Q. Ferguson, in the prelims of the women's 200 meters. She was in Heat 6, Lane 4. She crossed line 6 in 23.44, and that was not good enough to move on. Earlier in the week, we told you that the Bahamas Olympic Committee is holding back on sending its team off to the Youth Commonwealth Games in Samoa next month due to concerns of dengue and chikungunya. A similar situation is plaguing Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, with water contamination. And with that in mind, we hear from the BOC about that issue.
The Bahamas Olympic Committee will not put any of its athletes in harm's way. But we're confident with the International Olympic Committee that they will rectify the issue. And if it's not rectified, again, we won't compromise safety. I mean, it's good to compete. It's good for the accolades. It's good to win gold medals. But there's life after sport. And so we're very conscious about the health and condition of our athletes while they're competing and obviously when they can't compete anymore. So we won't ever compromise safety and the health of our athletes. Not only our athletes, our contingent as well, because we have doctors, physicians, coaches, a part of the team, and we won't put anybody in harm's way.
The 2015 Central American and Caribbean Bodybuilding and Fitness Championships will take place right here in the 242 at the end of next month, and Team Bahamas will be looking to put on a grand show for the home crowd.
A good mixture team actually this year. We have a lot of new persons that are joining the ranks, as well as some veteran persons. So that gives us a good mix in terms of each team member being able to assist and mentor each other into this competition. We have our coaches in place to make this happen. Of course, we're under the leadership of Joel Stubbs, who is basically taking us in the right direction this year for CACs.
The Bahamas has showed its basketball prowess in the region for the past couple of years, but Federation executives say they have not gotten their just due.
Somebody must have something against the Bahamas Basketball Federation because I don't even know, well, I went to the House of Assembly some years ago, but it wasn't for basketball. And I was so excited that all of these teams that were winning was going to visit the House of Assembly. And guess what? The men came back with the championship last year, didn't even get invited, didn't even get a thank you or welcome home from any of the government, the state, highest state. Now the girls did it and the guys got a silver. In other words, we are the top players in the Caribbean. And no one from the top to bottom came and said, well, thank you, you guys are doing a fantastic job.
The New Providence Basketball Association's new executive board is already hard at work, and the re-implementation of mini basketball is high on their agenda.
It's going to be mandatory for any team that's coming in the league to have their mini program development because we want to see mini basketball being played. And you can see from what's happening now, the level of play is in that way because of the mini. And then you don't have that loyalty to a team like before, you know. So guys are skipping team, going from place to place because that loyalty. If you come through that system, that club system, you'll have that more loyal players.
Andre White is the president of the Bahamas Chess Federation, and he recently spoke about how this mind sport is progressing.
We've absolutely seen development in our players, particularly the juniors. Our first visit to the CAC was 2 years ago in Costa Rica. We got a gold medal there. It takes a great deal of training. We've got some dedicated people who are assisting the juniors in honing their games. We could certainly use more financial resources. That's one of our limitations, being a small federation with not much exposure. But we're grateful to those who have supported us financially.
And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.